In the political arena of the 20th century, few leaders have had a more dramatic and legendary journey than Margaret Thatcher. As the first female prime minister in British history, she earned the nickname, the Iron Lady, for her unwavering leadership style. Her story is not just a chapter in British political history, but a testament to courage, determination, and an indomitable spirit. Thatcher's life was filled with challenges and controversies, but she never backed down, firmly believing she could change the world. This is the extraordinary story of her rise from a small-town grocery store to becoming a global political leader. Margaret Thatcher was born on October 13, 1925, in the city of Grantham, Lincolnshire, England. Her father ran a small grocery store, and although the family was not wealthy, their home was filled with love and guidance. Her father, a devout Christian and local councilor, taught Margaret the values of integrity, hard work, and the courage to pursue her ideals. These principles were deeply instilled in her and laid the foundation for her future political career. As a small-town girl, Margaret displayed a thirst for knowledge from an early age. She excelled in school, with a particular passion for science and debating. After high school, she was accepted into Oxford University, where she majored in chemistry. At that time, it was uncommon for women to receive higher education, especially in the sciences. However, Margaret never let societal stereotypes about women hold her back. She believed that with hard work, anyone, regardless of gender, could achieve great things. During her time at Oxford, she began to engage in political activities and stood out in the university's debating society. In 1950, at the age of 25, Margaret ran for a seat in Parliament for the first time. Although she was unsuccessful, she did not get discouraged. By 1959, she was elected as a member of Parliament, marking the beginning of her political journey. At that time, female MPs were rare, but Margaret never let her gender deter her. With her outstanding oratory skills and fearless attitude, she quickly made her mark within the Conservative Party. In 1975, Thatcher challenged for the leadership of the Conservative Party, becoming its first female leader. At that time, Britain was facing a severe economic crisis, rising unemployment, and industrial unrest. Many doubted whether this new female leader could steer the country out of trouble. However, Thatcher was convinced that only radical reforms could save the ailing nation. By 1979, Thatcher became the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom. Upon taking office, she implemented a series of policies known as Thatcherism, which emphasized market liberalization, reduced government spending, and breaking the power of the trade unions. These reforms were highly controversial at the time. Critics accused her of being too radical and undermining social welfare, while supporters credited her with reviving the British economy and ending years of stagnation. One of the most challenging events during her tenure was the Falklands War in 1982. When Argentine forces occupied the Falkland Islands, Thatcher decisively ordered British troops to reclaim the territory. This war not only showcased her resolve, but also rekindled a sense of patriotism among the British people. The victory in the Falklands significantly boosted her approval ratings, solidifying her leadership position at home. However, Thatcher was not without her failures. In 1990, her staunch opposition to the UK's participation in the European Monetary Union led to backlash from within her own party, ultimately forcing her to resign. Despite this setback, she held firm to her belief that protecting Britain's financial sovereignty was more important than pursuing European integration. Years later, the Eurozone crisis seemed to validate her foresight. Thatcher's leadership style and policies polarized public opinion in Britain. Supporters praised her for leading the country out of economic turmoil and restoring national confidence, while detractors criticized her harsh policies for reducing welfare and suppressing trade unions, which they claimed exacerbated social inequality. When she left 10 Downing Street, some wept for her departure, while others cheered. In 2002, a statue of Thatcher was unveiled in the House of Commons, making her one of the few former prime ministers to receive such an honor during her lifetime. Yet, in the same year, a protester decapitated her marble statue, symbolizing the ongoing controversy surrounding her political legacy. Much like her policies, Thatcher's life was a blend of love and hate. Though Thatcher's gender made her stand out in the male-dominated world of politics, she never let it become a barrier. Some criticized her for being too tough, arguing that as a woman, she should have been more compassionate. Her husband, Dennis, once remarked, the word compassion was never in her dictionary. This comment encapsulated Thatcher's resilience and decisiveness. She was not just a female politician, but a true leader. During her long political career, only once did she appear to be at a disadvantage, and that was during her meeting with Deng Xiaoping in Beijing. Some commentators said, on the issue of Hong Kong, she ultimately yielded to Deng Xiaoping because, after all, she was a woman. However, many others believed that this incident demonstrated her flexibility and pragmatism. Thatcher's story teaches us that no matter how humble one's beginnings, with courage and determination, one can change their destiny. From a small grocery store in Lincolnshire to 10 Downing Street, she rewrote British history with an indomitable spirit and exceptional intellect. She proved to the world that gender is not an excuse for failure. Only a fearless heart and unwavering belief can lead to an extraordinary life. Even in her later years, Thatcher maintained a resilient spirit. Although she gradually faded from the public eye, her name and policies continued to profoundly influence future generations. She once said, "I am not here to seek consensus. I am here to change." This statement perfectly encapsulates her life's journey. Margaret Thatcher's life was a symbol of courage, determination, and relentless pursuit. From a grocery store girl to a great leader, she demonstrated the power of dreams through her actions. She showed us that no matter how many difficulties and challenges one faces, as long as there are dreams in the heart, one can create their own miracles. Thatcher not only changed Britain, but also the world, becoming the eternal Iron Lady in the hearts of many. Her story reminds us that success is not accidental, but the result of countless efforts and perseverance.